Let's hear from the coach. We call it Behind the Beard with Bobby Smyrniotis, head coach and technical director of Forge FC. Now, the man who takes us there, here's Anthony Urciuoli on the Forge Audio Network.
I haven't been able to stop thinking about that first goal from the last game. There's something about we know how it went with the press and the passing and the finish by Borges. It was almost artistic in a way that, a team goes out there, they execute their game plan, they're making decisions in like a tenth of a second. As a coach, is it rewarding when you see it executed so kind of perfectly, what you talked about going in?
Yeah, I think so. It was a game that obviously didn't start the way we wanted, and the one thing we reiterated to the guys, it's just keep to our plan, keep to what we're doing, and good things come out of it, and that's what they showed, in that goal and the second goal that followed as well. I thought that was an excellent combination play of the players, and just stick to our principles, stick to what we believe in, and that's what's going to get you out of some tough situations. And we knew going into Edmonton that with all of the noise ahead of Saturday was going to be a difficult one, and the guys showed a lot of good resiliency in coming back from being down twice and getting the 3 points.
Can it ever be difficult when you're dealing with attackers and guys that have been used to scoring goals their entire lives to now kind of force them to think more off the ball and whether they're pressing or being in the right position? Can that be challenging sometimes?
Yeah, in general, it could be challenging, but as a player, you have to know that you spend 2 to 3 minutes on the ball at most in the game, so it's what we're doing without the ball, and that's what we work on. So it's two simple things. It's either we're going to be very good on the ball, so we have more touches and we're involved more in the game, or we're not. So the starting point is there, and by doing that, it keeps the guys a lot more engaged and keeps them focused more on what they're doing off the ball and being a little bit more hungry to get it, so that we're able to dictate tempo, control games, and so on. So I think that's the biggest key with the attackers. It's we want to be on the ball a lot. We want to do all our creative stuff, but if we can press, if we can close down spaces, it's only going to give us more time on the ball and in more advantageous situations like we saw in that first goal.
I was talking to Kwesi earlier, and you forget how young some of these players are when you hear them talk and you get up close to them. And then you realize that this is what the league is all about. It's about giving guys like Kwesi, and there's a lot of examples on the team, an opportunity to play. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, 100%. He's a player that maybe doesn't get enough credit. He's a first-year professional player, and his performances are outstanding. He's come into this club as an attacking player, an attacking midfielder, and being asked to play as a left back. And I think as a 18, 19-year-old, he's done absolutely brilliant in playing that role, whether it's been in Champions League, in the league, in the Canadian Championship, and. Of course, he's only going to grow and he's only going to get better by continuing to work on the tactical side of things, because the football and the technical side is absolutely brilliant. But yeah, that's what we need. We need to make sure that we're bringing these players through in a proper way and pushing them well. And of course, we want these younger guys to come through, but for them to come through, you need to have the other guys in the dressing room with the experience of what it takes to win and what it takes to get better on the pitch.
So Saturday, expecting a pretty big crowd. All the trophies you guys have won, it's never been in front of the hometown fans, so big opportunity this weekend.
Yeah, it's obviously nice. You always want to try and do something here. I think, that's the thing that's secondary in the mind. Primary in this, just getting the tactical plan right, getting the guys engaged, and everyone understanding. For both teams, this is 90 minutes and an opportunity to lift a trophy. We know in these final games it could look good, it could look ugly, it could look a million different ways, but the most important thing for us is to find that way to win and just to dig deep in all aspects of the game, tactically what we need to do, defensively what we need to do, and especially off the ball.
And a lot of the players have been talking about the fact that there's going to be friends, there's family here. You've been in a lot of big moments in your career. Is this as big of where do you maybe rank this in terms of just big moments within Forge's professional career?
Yeah, I think when you look at it as a club, I think it's a big moment. You're playing for a Canadian Championship. You have the opportunity to be the first club from the CPL to win this trophy and make it yours. I think so. That's massive. It's one thing we've discussed from the beginning. We're going to give a lot of opportunities to be the first, and we've taken advantage of that in many ways as a club. So here's another one. It's the first time a CPL team will play in the finals of the Canadian Championship. Delayed Canadian Championship, but well deserved on our end. So, that's what we're looking at, and that allows you to keep on creating your culture and keeps on building on what your history will be years down the road.
Okay, and lastly, announcement came down this week about the CONCACAF Champions League, another path for a CPL team to qualify. Just your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's excellent. I think it's there's two ways of looking at it. One, it's more CPL teams competing in continental competition. I think increases the stature of the league. I think it increases the visibility of the players and all the good work that's being done in the league. And two is it puts weight on 2 different periods of the season, and we've been beneficiaries and on the back end of both of those. So I think it's good. It gives a lot of meaning to the regular season, along with the playoff, and having those 2 teams there, so it'll create a lot more competition throughout the season.
We are the Lord, the mighty, mighty Lord. You just don't think you understand.
This has been Forge FC head coach and technical director Bobby Smyrniotis and Behind the Beard. The most Forge content can be found on the Forge Audio Network with Anthony Urciuoli. Subscribe on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.